All right, HKM pop star Davido got signed to Sony. What are your initial thoughts and reactions?
I mean, good for Nigerian music, good for African music, finally bridging the gap. You know, we've been trying to piece it together, and this is a very, very big bridge crossing, Western music and Nigerian music or African music together. Very interesting. A lot of big things to come out of this.
Okay.
Hopefully.
There are a lot of skeptics, when Davido announced that, hey, I'm signing to Sony right now. A lot of people didn't believe it. That was another, false signing.
Well, because in the past, a lot of Nigerians have claimed that, they've signed to one label or they are working with one artist, and we've never seen that happen. Remember when P-Square said they were going to work with Drake? Yeah. Remember when Freestyle said he had a collaboration with T-Pain? And on and on, a lot of, international, local collaborations that we always expected, but never happened. Or a lot of international signings that said, people said had gone down, but never happened. Take for example, the band signing with Good Music and
the famous example.
That is like the famous example. And it's a clear example to say, okay, what was the signing all about? Did the band really sign to Good Music? Was it signed, why did Don Jazzy leave? So you have to expect fans to be skeptic.
Ask questions.
You have to ask questions, say, what's going on, is this thing happening? But evidence clearly shows. Evidence terminates all form of argument. Evidence clearly shows that the guy had a signing. There was a press briefing, there was a release from Sony, there were pictures. We saw Davido on Snapchat walking to the Sony office to get his signing. So, yeah.
Do you think Davido merits this kind of deal, international deal?
I think the guy has worked really hard. I think he's one of the most hardworking Nigerian pop artists, even in Africa. Forget the delay in the album, and we all know that now. We found out that the delay in the album was because of this signing. They were trying to, seal the deal since last year, 2015. But you have to give Davido props because he worked really hard. He dropped songs. His songs are bangers. He's performing in and out of the country. If I were to list a number of artists who can get signings with Sony or with the Def Jam, Davido would definitely top the list because he's hardworking.
Okay, what kind of deal does he have? Some are saying he's recording, some are saying he's publishing.
So we don't know what kind of deal it is, and that's where I want to ask questions. What kind of deal is this? Is this a publishing deal? Is it a recording deal? Is it a
licensing deal?
Is it a licensing deal? What kind of deal is this? We need to know. Is it distribution? We know Sony has distribution rights with P-Square in South Africa and the band also. How different is that with Davido? And I have to ask these questions because I think about it and say, if Sony Music is signing Davido, giving him a recording deal, who are they pushing Davido to?
We Africans or the Americans?
Now, if they're pushing Davido to Africa, they're not going to make any money because we don't buy music. Maybe 5% out of the 18% of Nigerians actually go to iTunes or Spotify. We don't even have Spotify in Nigeria. So go to iTunes, Apple Music or Deezer to listen to music. Say 5% out of the 18% in 200 million to say. So they're not going to make any money there. So are they pushing Davido into the US market? If this is a recording deal, are they pushing Davido into the US market via a recording deal? Is this lucrative for the label? To think about it, is it lucrative for them to push an unknown artist? This is the American space. Nobody knows Davido. He's a nobody.
He had a song with Meek Mill though.
He had a song with Meek Mill, but he didn't hit the charts. He wasn't on the Billboard chart. He didn't make the Billboard chart. And if any song doesn't make the Billboard charts, you're nobody. So he's a superstar in Nigeria, in Africa. He's quite popularly known in the US, but by the Nigerian demography. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So are they pushing? Is this like Egyptian? Is this like? Are they trying
like Sean Paul?
Create a crossover artist? It will be interesting to see if that's a recording deal. If it's a distribution deal, I can totally understand why Davido would sign the deal. It makes a lot of sense. His music cuts across different markets. Sony is in Europe. They are in Asia. They are everywhere. So the distribution deal would be perfect for Davido. But the recording deal, I'm not too sure about it. A publishing deal, not bad.
True that. Do you think Davido was given $1 million by Sony? That was a popular rumor. That hey.
No, come on, man. $1 million. That's what they gave 50 Cent when 50 Cent aftermath. It's not possible.
The climate doesn't.
Even Davido didn't tweet it. He said something about $1 million, but he didn't outrightly come out to say they gave him. Nobody's going to give any artist, whether you're a Nigerian, from anywhere from Africa, or you're even in the US, nobody is getting $1 million except you're Drake, maybe Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, and Adele, and Justin Bieber. We're talking about the cream of the crop. We're talking about people that shut down stadiums, 60,000, 100,000 people.
And not.
So $1 million, that's a lot of money. I don't see that happening. It cannot happen.
Okay, now the deal has been done. Next thing up is Davido's album.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
So if it's a recording deal, it means he needs to go back to the drawing board and redo the whole album. Because I don't see Sony also saying, oh, this album you recorded without us. This is the album we're going to put out.
American features on it too.
So I want to see how that will work out. I'm so interested and excited about the deal and the album, because now he has, a perfect setup. I want to see this perfect setup, and it now boils down to Davido and the HKN team. It boils down to the management, which I think they're not doing enough yet. You understand? The guy signed the deal. We don't have a release. There's a release from Sony, but why is there no local release from Davido or his camp? Who's handling his publicity and his PR? Yeah. Why are we watching his Snapchat to find out that he's been signed to Sony, a label as big as Sony? This is worldwide we're talking about. Why are we learning this on Twitter? Who are in charge of his online reputation and his digital credibility? Who are the people? We want to see these things happen. I like the fact that Davido has been able to turn all the controversy around him into music. Osagie remix was beautiful. He addressed the whole Daily Momodu situation. He's a brilliant kid, but the people around him, I want to see a better setup. And I'm hoping that with Sony Music, we can get to see that with Davido. Okay,
do you think he can meet expectations for this second album? Because now he's on a global scale right now. The eyes are on him. He's like representing Nigeria right now. So do you think he can, deliver?
It depends on what or how they create this album. See, Majek Fashek in 1989 or 1990 signed with Interscope, dropped one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life. Trust me, fantastic album. This was Interscope, direct signing, no middleman, nothing. He was in the US, recorded the album. If Davido can do that kind of thing, where he needs to go and maybe record the album, work with international producers alongside Shizzy, people who will mix and master the album, produce it, get to hear a lot of live instruments, it will be dope. Trust me, because they're going to get him songwriters. We all know he's not a perfect songwriter. He understands his model too.
He knows that he needs songwriters too. You
understand? So if he can have all that set up, from scratch, I think he'll drop a fantastic album.
Okay, one question I always had, concerning this issue is, why can't the likes of Sony, the other big record labels, Universal, come to Nigeria instead of them signing our artists over there?
There's no setup in Nigeria. Wow. That's the problem. There's no infrastructure, there's nothing, no setup. We don't have a publishing company in this country. And we make millions, artists make millions of naira. How much does Wizkid make from shows? Or Tiwa Savage? Or you're calling the whole Mavis? Or Banky W? These guys make millions of naira, but we don't have any publishing setup in this country. They don't make money from song sales, apart from maybe MTN Music Plus, right? Or some other digital platforms that are selling this music. They don't make money from sales. That's why they would rather give you the song for free, so it goes viral and people like them and they can go and perform on shows.
And get endorsements.
That's it. So how does Sony come into this country and just blend into the setup? There's no setup.
The revenue stream is not there.
So a Wale can just come here, record with Reminisce, record with a couple of other guys and go back, because he doesn't see, you understand, the opportunities. There are no opportunities to scale your business as an artist.
Okay, so what do you think about Davido signing? What does it mean for the Nigerian music industry?
I think it inspires a lot of artists. I think it inspires a lot of upcoming artists, a lot of artists that are already out there that see, I can start this thing and I can do it. It just took Davido how many years? It took him 5 years.
5 years.
He came out in 2011. He's been doing this thing since 10, but he dropped his first single in 2011. It took the homeboy 5 years to start music, right? From being a nobody, paying Neto C for a feature on his first single, to being signed by Sony Music. It means that if you put in a lot of hard work and you understand the music business, you'll be able to scale your business enough for the international audience to accept you as who you are. Facts only.